Hi!
Welcome to Knit One Heart,
Part 2, episode 107.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny. I was going to say I'm Penny Wenny. I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny.
There you go.
I know who I am.
You sure about that?
Maybe not.
A reminder that we're doing a knit along for baby
Yes.
items, and I hope to cast one on this today.
And this will go on until May 31st, and the details are in our thread, and if you have not joined our group on Ravelry and want to do so, you can press a button right over here. Wait,
Yeah,
there we go.
somewhere
Right over there. I'm trying to get my hand to turn
Sorry,
the right
I'm not
way.
looking because I'm busy
So-
purling. I can't look up and purl at the same time.
Oh. We're going to be doing a quick show today.
Hopefully.
Because I have to go pick my kids up.
Yeah, I had to work.
Sheila had to work extra, and since Sheila has an actual job, her time schedule is in charge of what we do.
Sorry.
No, there's no need to apologize.
No, I know, but it's sorry. What happened is this week at my job, a lot of people have been sick, and so I've been doing quite a bit of blood drawing.
So
and
the
staying late.
actual job requirements override all other things. So let's see. I will just start right out. The
All right.
only thing I have on the needles, besides my many projects of shame, is this Christmas tree hat by Patty Pierce Stone in Barocco Vintage DK, which I'm knitting on US 5 3.75 millimeter needles. I am beginning to be sorry that I ever decided to knit a Christmas tree hat. This is the third one that I've cast on.
And it's still...
What I did, because clearly the pattern was not working out for me as written, so I went on to the Craft Yarn Council website and I looked up the head measurement for a 3-month-old baby, which is 14 inches.
Is that how old... Yeah, okay.
The baby will only be 3 months old when it's Christmas. So I did that. And then I measured my gauge on the last version of this project. And I calculated how many stitches I needed to cast on. And I did that. And this is how big it is. I think it's huge. But I don't know, maybe as it decreases, it'll... I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't even care anymore. This baby is getting this giant hat. If it's probably going to swim on the baby's head, I don't even care. Because I am not... No, it's not wool.
I was going to say maybe
Can't
you
even
can shrink
felt
it a little.
No, and Lois lent me a pattern of hers, but it is not in the same weight yarn that I have.
Oh.
And because I've already purchased this yarn, I'm like stuck with it. So while Lois's gave me a better idea of how to like make up my own design that'll be nice, so I'm using it to give me ideas for this, I am still making up my own pattern. I just think this looks giant. To me, this could fit on my head. I'm going to even see.
No.
I don't know. It's close to fitting on my head. It's pretty big. That's big. It might look smaller because it's going to be like...
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't even care anymore. They can take a picture of the kid wearing his little Christmas tree hat, and then
take it
it'll
off.
be over with. It's not like he has to wear it every day. All I want to do now is finish it so that I can knit anything but the Christmas tree hat. So I'm working on it. I just noticed that like I dropped about 6 stitches.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, before I even picked it up. When my husband put it away last night, he was not careful.
Yeah, my husband doesn't touch my knitting.
Well, my husband's not supposed to touch my knitting.
He usually yells at me to
But sometimes he forgets.
put your darn bag away.
So I did find out from looking at the pattern why I'm having so much trouble with it, because my gauge is 6 stitches to the inch on 5 US 5s, and in the pattern her gauge is way more than that. It's like 8 stitches to the inch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On the same size needle?
Let me check. I don't know. This could be, knowing me, I could have decided that I needed a different needle.
Excuse me.
But my gauge is wildly off, and that's why it wasn't working before. Let's just see. She wants you to do it with a US 4, so yeah, it would be more stitches per inch, but I'm only using a 5. And she's using Let's see. She's getting 8.5 stitches to the inch.
And you're getting
I know
6.
for a fact, even if I went down to a 4, there's no way I'd be getting 8.5 stitches. She must just be a really tight knitter compared to me.
It would be like me.
Yeah. So that's why mine was crazy. I don't know. But now, according to the Craft Yarn Council, I am making the appropriate size hat for a 3-month-old baby's head.
So if there's anyone out there that's got a 3-month-old baby, can you do us a favor and
measure
measure
their
the
head and see if it's 14 inches?
Yeah.
Well, you know what the thing is? I realized afterwards I didn't allow for negative ease. I probably should have cast on for a 13-inch hat. So I'm still short enough where I might rip it out and cast on for the 13-inch.
I would do that.
Just to make myself feel better. I know the Craft Yarn Council standards are that the average is correct, because I thought when I knit that baby hat pattern that I'm still working on, that it looked big, and then I put it on my friend's baby who was 6 months old, and it fit just fine. So I don't know. Anyway, not having a lot of joy with the Christmas tree hat. Hopefully next week it will be done and you will see me working on the turkey hat. So that's all I have on the needles, other than my many, 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 many projects of shame.
I only have 1, maybe 2 projects of shame.
I have many.
So
many projects.
I really was hoping to finish this for you guys, but it's been a crazy week. So I am currently casting off my iris.
Your Irish shawl.
My Iris Goddess of Rainbow shawl.
Irish.
And this is how much I've gotten it off. I just started it now. So this is where it is. I only did 2 repeats of the cross stitches. I was going to do a third, but my symmetry said no. I had 2 here. I wanted 2 there.
I think that's a good idea.
So this is what it looks like so far.
I like it. I think it's going to be really pretty. And it's going to be quite long.
We'll see. It'll stretch out. It'll block. I'm doing Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off.
I love that bind off.
I do too. So this is what it's going to have a bit of a curve to it.
Yes.
And I didn't follow the rules exactly. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
This is why we keep getting in trouble.
Well, no, the last stitch I slipped purlwise, but didn't knit, and then knit. The one from what, Jared Fly, I think?
No, it's Stephen West.
I'm sorry, Stephen West. I really like that because it gives it a nice clean edge.
I like the way Stephen West slips edges. I think it looks so much nicer than the traditional.
So because
way.
I did that, I kept that going here where I was supposed to go in pattern.
Yeah.
So the last pattern on this one has 3x3.
Yeah.
And the first one on this one has 3x3, so I kind of did it symmetry. Who cares?
Well, nobody's going to know
It's going to be up here. No one's
going
to see it.
It's a thing.
I like it.
I like it too. I think it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, it will be. It'll go in the bin.
You'll never wear it.
Probably not. Although, I'd like to see how this... I know, I'm sorry. I'd like to see how this sits on my neck and see if it irritates, because maybe it won't.
I don't think it will, because it's that nice cottony feel.
But it is wool.
True.
Technically, it is wool.
But...
So we'll see. It'll be one of those. It'll be one of those that I wear it maybe twice and say, yeah, no, I'm
giving it away.
Giving it away.
Yeah. Stop leaning that way. You're going to be out of frame.
I know. See, I tend to lean on my right side.
I know. So every week it's like me and Sheila's like halfway. Hey, everybody.
So this is by Natasha Vogel, also known as Crazy Kitty. And it was a mystery knit-along 2 summers ago?
Yeah, that we did, and we had a lot of fun with it.
We did. And there's nothing wrong with the pattern. I like it. I would still do it again. I really like the seed stitch look to it.
I do too. I think it's pretty.
It's definitely a pattern that requires bright, variegated yarn. It doesn't have to be bright because this actually looks good in the
It just needs to have a lot of color in it.
Yeah.
A lot of different shades.
Although, I did see somebody that had a nice, solid, tonal.
And it looked good.
It looked really good. So, I mean, but if you have a crazy yarn you don't know what to do with,
this is a good one for it.
So that's all I have for this.
I have a date to rate, but I am sad to tell you that I meant to block it last night, and I went to bed and I forgot because I'm old. I can't remember anything anymore. If I had set an alarm on my phone to remind me to block it, it totally would have gotten blocked.
I'm sorry, people.
But I finished my In the Pink shawl. And I'll hold it up so you can see. There. Thank you, Sheila.
You're welcome.
It's very long, and I love how the colors came out.
Is this going to be a gift, or is this for you?
This is for me because my mother took mine. I like it.
What was the other one that you
Black
had?
and white.
Oh.
I like it.
I like the blue.
You can do it this way. My mom likes to wear hers
Off to the side or in the back?
like this with the
a nice pin.
with the sides pinned up because it's got this nice curve on it. I can't get it. There we go. It's got a nice curve on
It
it.
really does.
So if you wear it draped around and then you pin it, my mom wears hers like that. It's really pretty. I love it. I enjoyed knitting it again. It was a lot easier the second time around because I kind of knew how to deal with all the pieces that you have to put together. I really like, is this the side? I like this side the best because it has a lot of the color variation in it.
Yeah.
Although I do kind of like how this has just a little subtle, sorry.
That's all right.
It's hard to make this. It's not very flat. I will show it again next week after I block it because it will look a lot different then when it's opened up. But, yeah, 2 thumbs up. I don't knit a lot of patterns twice like this, and this was definitely enjoyable. Although I have to admit, I was getting tired of knitting this edging on after a while. And I just wanted it to be done. So, yeah. That's In the Pink by Izzy Knits. It's free on Ravelry, but I do have to warn you, if you knit the pattern, you need to look on the pattern page in the picture section. At the bottom, there are 2 photographs that give a schematic of how you attach all the separate parts when you go to knit the shawl together. It is so much easier to understand the directions if you look at that schematic.
And that schematic was done by a fellow knitter, not
Yes,
the...
it was done by a fellow knitter, and then the designer incorporated it in the pattern page because it's so helpful. And she says to use stitch markers, and I am somebody who rarely uses stitch markers, but I will also say on this particular pattern, it is worth using the stitch markers. If only to help you know where to attach things when it comes time to put things together, because you basically have to like go in between 2 stitch markers. And I normally don't bother, and the first time I didn't bother, and then I was fudging everything because I wasn't 100% sure where I was supposed to be going. So yeah, don't make that mistake. And I think it would look great in a semi-solid, and I think it looks best, though, in a long color repeat like a Zauberball. Excuse me. And there are a lot of different yarns out there that you could use. Knit Picks Chroma, a gradient yarn. I know that Play It Life does a nice one. County would make a nice one. Anything like that. I think Mochi Mochi does Mini Mochi.
Yeah, but that's also a single strand, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a single strand, too. I mean, you can do...
The only reason I mentioned single strand is it could break.
Well, and it does. When you're Kitchenering together, mine did break. I had to be really careful. But as for knitting with it, it's fine. It'll be stable. But yeah, there's lots of different things you could use in it, and it's a fun pattern. And the lace part of it is really not that difficult. Again, it's mostly just keeping track of where you are and understanding the schematic. So that's it for Rate My Dates. Do you have any dates to rate? I have to ask. I know the answer.
Week. If I don't have a date to rate next week as I'm casting off this, then yeah, something's wrong.
Then I'm going to have to hit you.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Whirlwind Romance. I don't have anything, but I did buy myself a little treat for doing my taxes, which I ordered from Diabolical Yarn. A couple of bumps. Special order bumps because I'm special. I'm sorry. I did apologize to Rachel. I can never order anything like a normal person. But she's more than happy to do it. So, yeah, she's going to make me some what is the name of the color right now? We're All Mad here, which is so appropriate, which I love, but she only had available in her store in Paul Lawrence Silk.
Which you don't
I was
love.
just not ready to go there again. And I want to enjoy it because it's my treat for doing the taxes. So I don't have to show you because it's going to take a while. And I haven't spun anything this week because I've been busy. So that's it for Whirlwind Romance. Future, do you have a Whirlwind Romance? I'm sorry.
No, I do not.
Is it sleeting?
No, it's pouring. It was pouring out.
Because it sounds like sleet.
No. It's pouring out as I was driving through Boston today.
The future dates, I've already told you my two, which are the Chicken Viking Hat, and I've shown it before, and Trillion by Martina Behm.
Mine is the Hopefully Wonderful Wallaby. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It will be a combination between the Wonderful Wallaby and my sweater workshop book that I have. I plan on casting a baby sweater tonight or today, I am working overnight and it's completely just knit. I don't even think I'm going to do the pocket. Maybe I will do the pocket because that'll look cute on a 3-year-old.
I know, and he can put his little things in it.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the pocket, just not the hood.
Because 3 is about when they start having little things
that
they carry around.
I plan on doing that. And that, yeah.
Sounds good. Crushes and heartbreaks. I have 2. My first one is, knock on wood, it is officially 13 days since the last vomit incident in my home. I am starting to feel like we have gained an advantage over the bug. Everybody's still eating Activia. Whether or not that helped, I can't tell you, but we're doing it anyway. Can't hurt. And nobody has vomited. So please let it be over with. This was actually the first week since everybody started getting sick that I was able to make it to the gym on a regular schedule. And I was able to run about 4 miles this week, which is not a lot for me, but it's a good start.
Right.
I'm not going to complain about it. It's a good start. So that's my biggest crush. And my second biggest crush is smoothies. And the reason if you're on Instagram, I've been posting pictures of the ones that I make every day with the stuff that I put in them. But the reason I got into them is kind of interesting. I was clicking around the TV on the weekend, as you do when you're trying to find something that you can listen to while you knit. And there was a BBC documentary about diet and exercise myths and facts. And they were talking about research that had been done. And there was one research thing that really struck me. They had soldiers in the military. One group ate a regular lunch with a glass of water. And the other group ate the exact same lunch, pureed with the water, to make a soup. So they ate it like soup. I guess they could have drank it too, but you know what I mean. And they were doing tests throughout the day on all of the participants to see what their stomachs look like. And it turns out that if you eat solid food with water, your stomach shrinks faster to its normal size than if you eat all of those things together, pureed with water. So you stay feeling full longer if you drink something that is in a soup form, like that kind of a form. And so I was so they were saying, this is why when they say, if you eat a liquid diet where you puree everything, you'll stay full longer. So I was like, well, that sounds good. So I had seen that people on Instagram were talking about making these green smoothies. So I looked them up, and I've been making one every day for a week. And I actually really like it. I don't like the fruit so much, so I'm leaning more away from that and towards veggies. But they're really tasty. And I've lost 4 pounds since I started eating them. I don't know. It could just be because they're cleaning out my system. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to complain about it. So that is my second crush. And I have one heartbreak. I was talking on the weekend on my weekly VKN with Lois of Knitting's My Bag and Jess Lou of Stitch by Jessalou, my 2 bag maker friends, and about how I've been feeling depressed. And Jessalou commented that she had seasonal affective disorder. And I said, oh, I have that too. And she said, wow, and are you taking vitamin D? And I said, yes. And she said, what about your lamp? And I was like, what lamp? And she said, you're supposed to be using a lamp. And I was like, well, I didn't know that. So she found one that I could order. And I ordered it by one click on Sunday night, and it was supposed to be shipped to my house on Tuesday. And so far, Amazon can't even estimate when it's going to ship.
Really?
And I just think it's kind of ironic that I'm like depressed and I'm trying to fix myself with this lamp. It's like the only thing Amazon has ever not shipped right away.
I know.
Probably everybody's depressed because of this long winter. And then when I was thinking about longer, I realized my doctor did tell me about those sun lamp things. And I said to myself, that sounds like hokey, so I'm not going to get one. But there's actually some scientific research behind them, so I guess I should have listened to my doctor in the first place. But I'm, of course, not listening to my doctor, but listening to 2 people who make bags for knitters, because that's where I get my health advice from.
Absolutely.
But Jessalou says it works for her, and I believe that. So I'm like, I'll try anything. So that's it for my crushes and heartbreaks.
Yeah, I haven't really thought of too many crushes and heartbreaks. The only thing I can think of is I've been putting a lot of hours at work.
She's going to be bringing in the
which
scratch.
I so need that right now.
Yes, you do.
There's been 2 people out sick at my phlebotomy job.
Which is why we got started late today, because Sheila got extra hours.
So Monday, Tuesday, and today I have worked till 12 every day.
That's amazing.
Starting at 5 or 4:30.
Some good money.
Yeah, some good money. And I'm doing 3 shifts at my other job because we're still out a person.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke about you working there tonight, but then I thought that would really be insensitive. So I didn't.
I got to talk to my boss about it because they did find that it was their tumors. Whether or not they're benign or malignant, I don't know. I got to find out today. But my guess is she's probably not coming back, or if she does, not for a while.
I'm guessing probably not for a while.
So my boss needs to find another permanent solution because I can't keep doing this because it's getting tiresome. But on that note, my other coworker, she's ending her. She teaches classes and she takes classes, and she's like, "Do you want to pick up more hours?" As much as I would say yes, picking up hours at my phlebotomy job is only 4 hours. With 1 shift at my overnight job, I get twice as much, twice the pay.
But you have to work.
I know that, but I don't mind doing overnight.
I'm telling you, you gotta get it.
Now, if I had that same job at the Woburn location of the same kind of company that I work for, I would take that because of the travel time.
Yeah, that's true.
To travel through Boston home, I don't mind staying late because traveling through Boston typically on this time of day, around noontime, is not bad. When I travel at 9 a.m., it takes me an hour or more.
Yeah, that's hard.
So, crushes and heartbreaks, that's about it. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I have no idea.
There's nothing else.
I have laundry to do if anyone would like to send the laundry fairy over.
I would like to tell you that my laundry table is empty at this moment.
You know, I would hire people to just dust or something.
Like a mother's helper. You totally need a mother's helper.
I would hire somebody to do my laundry
you
and
should
put
find
it
a
away.
local teenager that you can pay a few bucks an hour to come do your laundry.
You know, I was talking to somebody else, and I think what I am going to do, so hubby gets the hint, is not do his laundry.
That'll work.
Let him realize how much I actually do.
Yeah.
So, he's been good otherwise, don't get me wrong. We've been getting along really well. But I think he needs to realize how much I do, because I don't think he does.
Okay, I'm moving on to Bubbles and Bling, because I have to leave now in 10 minutes.
I know.
Pressure! We were gifted a pattern called Hugs and Kisses. Hugs and Kisses. No, that's not good. Hugs and Kisses socks by Allison Ziegler. And they look like this, and they are super cute. A little really baby cute sock, and they have an XO in color work around the cuff, and then they have a contrasting toe and heel. And Allison gifted them to us, and we're also going to I'm going to open a thread, and anyone who posts in the thread, it's going to be called Hugs and Kisses thread, describing who you would knit a pair of Hugs and Kisses socks for, can be in a drawing next week for two patterns are going to be given out. So we'll have 2 winners. Post in the thread who you would knit the socks for. And also, Allison kindly offered a code, I Heart Babies, lowercase I, HEARTBABIES, all lowercase, to get 20% off of either of her 2 available patterns. It's like a baby cocoon and the socks, until April 30th. So if you don't want to wait, you could buy it for 20% off, or if you're interested in knitting her little cocoon pattern, you could use the code for that. And if you don't win the contest for the socks, you could use the code to buy them as well afterwards. So I'll set that thread up when I post. The second pattern that we got as a gift this week was Trials with Lace by Tina Robbins, and many of you might know Tina as Knitting Blooms. And this is her first shawl design. It's available for $5 on Ravelry, and it's pretty nice. Good job, Tina. I love it.
It's really pretty.
It's very pretty. It takes about 425 to 450 yards of fingering weight yarn, and it's about 55 inches by 26 inches. So that you can get on Ravelry. And the last pattern that we got as a gift this week is called the Wind and Coil Slouchy Hat. And it looks like this.
That's pretty too.
It is very pretty. This was designed by Gail Babel, and it is available for $3 on Ravelry. And she is Alpaca and You. That is her name. And
sorry. It was my Bejeweled app. It opened up.
Bejeweled during the show.
No, it all of a sudden opened on me. I'm like, whoa.
So, yeah, it is made out of 200 yards of worsted weight wool, and it looks very pretty. It's a nice slouchy hat with a pretty cable. So, thank you to Allison, Tina, and Gail for gifting those patterns. And if you want to be in the drawing for the baby socks, which are I'm definitely making those socks for my niece or nephew. Go to the thread and write who you
want to knit for.
And I think that's it for your baubles and blue.
Yeah, because I got the same exact ones.
Gossip and Innuendo. I want to remind everybody that we still have a coupon code SHAWL3 going on to get $1 off the Lindisfarne shawl by Angelina McGar. That's good until April 20th. And the upcoming events in this area, for those of you who are around here, don't forget the Farm to Fiber Festival in Greenfield, Massachusetts is on April 20th, which is next weekend? Not this weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend. Gore Place Sheep Shearing Festival is 2 weekends from now on April 27th, and so is the Connecticut Sheep and Wool.
We're supposed to be going to the Connecticut.
We're going to try to go to the Connecticut Sheep and Wool. If you're interested in a meetup, I'm going to put a thread with all these things.
Yeah,
I was supposed to do it last week.
I should be able to go to that one because I'm not working that day.
Yeah. Jessa Lou is vending at Connecticut Sheep and Wool. Hi, Jess. So we're hoping to hang out with her and say hello. So other than that, this is a really short show. Look
it
at
is.
that.
Well, I mean, we didn't talk normally.
No. I apologize. This week is just going to be short because
my fault.
No, I mean it's not really your fault. It's just
it
that
isn't.
when somebody has an actual paying job, we have to give that priority.
I like how I'm an
little
actual
as we
paying
don't
job.
want to.
Thanks a lot.
No, you know what I mean. I mean, like you actually get paid actual money for that. I'm not going to say call up your job and tell them I cannot work because I have to record my podcast with my friend who sits at home all day.
Well, see, the thing is, too, is my kids, Max is probably home right now.
Yes, I know.
But he's old enough to stay on his own. Your kids are not old enough to bring themselves home. And my kids have a bus. So if we were at my house, and even though my kids were coming home, I wouldn't have to worry about it because they'd be on a bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my daughter will be old enough to be home by herself next year, but this year she and my son, there's no way she could be responsible for my son.
No.
She's too young to be responsible for my irresponsible son. Hey, I have good news, though.
What?
Went to the dentist yesterday, and they did not say that Lily needed braces. I was like, thank you. That doesn't mean she's not going to need braces someday, but it just means not this year. Thank goodness. Because I really didn't think I was going to be able to deal with that. All right, so I think that's it.
That's it. Have
Fast
a good
show.
week.
Next week's going to be a lot better, I
Yeah,
promise.
hopefully.
Yes.
But I do work every Friday, so maybe we should change our day.
Yeah.
We'll see. If this continues to happen, we'll reassess it.
We could do it on a Thursday.
It's just because I've had a couple of people
Yeah.
sick in this, so it shouldn't be an issue. We'll see.
All righty then.
So, have a good week.
Yep.
Knit with heart.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.